Hello, 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 and welcome to my Is Your Ex Coming Back series for September. As you know, guys, I'm reading signs in order, how many clicks and likes and comments you had in the previous reading. So don't forget to push your sign forward by just doing exactly that. So subscribe, like, click. So okay guys, if you're the first time here and first time seeing this series, I'm going to explain these cards because they're significators. But before I do that, I just want to let you know that this reading is not for you if you do not want your ex come back. But if, for example, if your ex is still calling you and want to get in touch with you, or you're still having second thoughts and you want to know really what is in their head, then this is actually a good reading to look into. So not only your sign but their sign. It's also good to check your ascendant and your moon sign because it's a general reading. Okay, so these cards here are called significators. What does it mean? That means they're going to be the same in each and every reading. Just trying to put some paper here so we actually can see these significators if it's going to collaborate with me. And is it? Well, maybe. So significators are going to be just like a chapter title on a chapter in a book, right? Where these cards are going to be identical in each and every reading. I'm not reading these cards. This basically took me forever. Like, this is actually my secret sauce, if you wish. I had to find a combination of these elements and cards that I can squeeze out so I can actually give you a really educated opinion about what's going to happen. This is not clear cut. This is not yes or no. Sometimes certain things need to happen in order for things to develop, right, in between the partners. So hence, I actually guide you through the process. So these are 7 cards. The first one is the Magician. In this category, I really want to figure out if your relationship was ever a starter, right? If you get kind of cards that are tricky over here, it's going to make me think, why do you really want to continue with this? Then I am using here Temperance reversed, right? Temperance upright is always kind of like, hey, you know, things are merging and lining up and all the stars are there. When in this category I'm putting this reversed, I want to figure out, even if you have everything favorable over here, what would need to be remedied in order to actually move forward. So this is going to be one significator, second significator. Either one can be you. You don't have to go with, oh, it's a girl, so I have to be a girl, kind of a thing. You are going to know which one is which. Then this is going to tell me the energy and the flow of information between the two of you, communications and stuff like that. And then these are 2 really important categories as well. Judgment is going to tell me, hey, is karmically this really in the best alignment with you? And you guys really should check my karmic readings as well, because it really tells you much bigger picture, right? You know, when they say you don't see forest from the tree, that's because you are too close to the problem, right? And if you're involved, let's say you really want this partner, then you're not able to kind of like see how that's going to be seen 20 years from now. Or maybe you should ask yourself, if you're as old as I am, well, do you still really want your boyfriend from 20 years ago? Or now you're kind of like, phew, he's gone, kind of a thing, right? So that's kind of a category where that's going to tell us that. And here is going to be about the next steps. So this is it in a nutshell. So hopefully we can start. And if you have any other questions, again, please give me your likes, shares, comments, and we can go from there. Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to your reading. So guys, you know that this clicking and sharing and liking still goes on. I'm surprised you fell on the spot number 5. I think you were 2 or 3. So that means, do I want to hear from you, like, and do the stuff like that? I think somebody, I don't remember which sign this was. Yeah, it was amazing. I think Gemini was dead last, or Cancer was dead last, and Cancer dead last, and they jumped on the second spot. So okay guys, if you don't know why these cards are on the table, please rewind back in the beginning. I'm explaining all about it, and I'm also explaining that if you don't want your ex back, maybe you shouldn't be listening to this and go back to my monthlies. So Saggies, let's start. Let's see what's going on with you and the ex that you want or that you feel connected. So we have 10 of Wands, which always reminds me of you. Kind of like the burdens of the world. They're like too many things at the same time. And yes, we have the furry blessing over here. Seth? Hey, say hi. She's not talking today. This is like, I'm wondering if she's sick. This is like really unusual. Then we have the Hierophant reversed. It could be something about marriage. Or you're carrying, oh my gosh. When is this going to stop? I'm feeling and hearing and seeing the same theme for you for years right now. Are you with somebody and you want somebody else? Like, there is somebody who you put on a pedestal. Look, we have a 9 and 10 over here, right? We have 1 and 10. So you kind of like think a world of someone, but that someone is not with you. Or your partner thinks a world of someone, and that someone is just like that fictional perfect woman or perfect man, right? But it feels like it's futile. Kind of like it is really weird. You know, like when somebody has a partner that dies and then you're their next partner, it always feels you never come close to a dead woman or dead man, because they're idolized, because the person is going to, of course, forget all of the bad things. That's how the brain works, and it's going to be so perfect, and yet you are going to have things where you kind of like run into each other, have issues, and have things that you kind of like really need to discuss, and then you're going to look like a bad one. But there is like some kind of like, are you the one who left and coming back? But there are like severe issues in this relationship. I'm just telling you, because I think that some of you that are asking about this are the people who either are married or living together, having like really solid relationship, but everything feels inverted. Everything feels like it's upside down, that somebody pulled a rug under your feet for some kind of reason. And I really feel the situation involves secrets, and I really feel the secret is another person who is on a pedestal. Well, one person is married and another person is on a pedestal, or one person is saying I'm here live flesh, and the other person is possibly not even there. We're going to see this now next. The Chariot, the Hangman. Wow, 3 major arcanas in a row. I have a 3 flavor, 3 vibration, 3 vibration, and 3 vibration showing up here. If that was another person that you have on a pedestal, you really wanted to go all the way with this person, and I mean ring on it, and could be somebody who you knew, because I'm seeing certain things like 1 and 10, which basically is entire spectrum of situation that are kind of relived there. Maybe that was like a short period of time that you have been with this person, or you know this person through a different way. Maybe there's like somebody you work with and you put them on the pedestal, or somebody you've been in school with, or somebody you had a relationship with where everything was like so ideal. Why I'm saying short time, because usually we pass by that ideal stage after that honeymoon phase, and you're stuck in that honeymoon phase here, even though it's kind of like really weird, because I see this guy who is bruised. So it was not all honeymoon with this person. It kind of like had lots of arguments, and it looks like lots of wounds have been given in the situation, because look, we have a 10, 9, and 1. So this is that fire thing. That circle is finishing, and the new cycle is turning around, and that's what we see it over here as well. And you're coming through. So it almost looks like that original partner that you had. Maybe there is original partner and there is like that different person, and it looks like original partner always wanted to continue working on it. And I think what really bothered you about that is that there's like somebody who is so committed to a fault that they would even put themselves down in order to make this work, because you felt, well, at some point, you know, he or she is going to kind of like not want to take my BS and is going to just say, okay, well, it's enough, right? I'm moving on. Like, you jerk, you know, B word and a whole bunch of stuff. But this person was, and that's what bothers you, because you know you did something that is wrong. You know that you kind of like impacted, or somebody impacted the stability of the household over here and the marriage, and the other person wasn't. So there's like very much black and white situation where you really don't have much to say. You cannot say very much at all, right? Because you really want to be the best you can be at a stage, but at the same time you're also feeling, no, wait a minute, you really didn't do all the sacrifices. You just wanted to take me away from another person. That's kind of like how and what's going on through this person, because this, look at this, we opened with the 10 of Wands and now we have Ace of Wands. Kind of like either it's you or there's like the other person still mulling it over, what if, right? Because look at this connection in between the two. One partner wants to do everything until death do us apart. We have this infinity sign over here. Another part, okay, sure, fine, I'm here. But what is in between? Like, this is 13, the death, and this is 3. So do you have these elements, the blocks, strong friendship, strong relationship, strong partnership, right, that you can build upon? Because that is what is being called upon, because somebody here disintegrated, and could be this partner, right? I mean, as I said, I don't know which one is you here in general reading. Guys, make sure you also check your ascendant and check your moon sign over here in order to know better who could be who in this game, unless you already know it, so I don't really have to tell you. This entire situation is calling for stabilization, right? There is like, you see, these two can represent to me 2 women, because this is 12 and 1 and 2 is 3, and that will kind of come back to this card. This is the same vibration. And then we have yet another 3 over here. So the 3 vibration is about creativity. The 3 vibration is about motherhood. The 3 vibration is about children. It's about that feminine approach, kind of like gentleness, the Venus approach, right? Somebody who is inviting to reconnect, and I can see that. But you almost like resented that this person kind of worked on it, and you're saying, I don't really know why you sacrificed. I did not want you to sacrifice. So, you know, like, I mean, when you do something for another person, they don't value it at all. In fact, they even maybe something is happening, but yet you're continuing. So I'm wondering, like, why is this one person doing all of that stuff here? And this is also very tricky, that we are having the Chariot, and Chariot is talking about now finding so it was this choice at one point, and the choice was, well, you want a left, do you want a right, you want a this person or you want a that person. So you did actually do the right thing, I believe. You did go to the right person physically, but have you done mentally? Is this person still in your mind? Is this person still in your heart? There is, like, I can see here, internet spying, stalking. Maybe you're being spied on, or you're spying on somebody else. Look at this. There's like juggling again that is really happening over here. And now we have the Emperor. You still have, it's almost like you, oh, and it's another 4. And the Hermit. Okay. You know, like, this whole reading was like a little yo-yo. It kind of like all looks very colossal, right? It's like love. It's Romeo and Juliet. If I don't get you, nothing is going to work out. And then you're kind of like, okay, well, this works, and you have some sex with somebody over here, and okay, I feel really good, or I can be a husband here as well, right? And then kind of like going into that. But then you get horny again, and or somebody gets really horny over here again, and they go in the past, or either in their memories or something going on. And looks like here, look, King of Swords is saying, okay, like, ugh, I'm dizzy of all this roller coaster kind of like ride. Let's kind of like figure it out, because it tells me that somebody's strayed away from the marriage again. I'm getting the same thing happening here. Somebody's full of secrets, and somebody is destabilizing the other person with what they're doing. And it could be juggling two people as we see it over here. It could be just being silent, and that's what the Hermit shows. And the Hermit, when it reverses, it talks about loneliness. One person is really lonely. Maybe they cannot share anything with them. Maybe they're zipping it for one reason or another, because this is also a silence card and this is a silence card, so two of them are now residing together. And this is kind of like a card that's saying, well, at least we have each other, kind of fact, right? We're kind of shunned because of something that you did or I did or we both did. So but in this particular stage, and this card is relative to this Hierophant, this whole marriage thing, it's kind of coming up. And that would tell me that a male in the situation would be the problem. That somebody really doesn't know what they want. And when they figure out what they want, they maybe should mention it, right? Because maybe and I think the male here feels isolated and feels withdrawn and feels depression in the situation. And again, as I said, it's one big yo-yo, big roller coaster, kind of like going, okay, I'm fighting for it, and this is good. Maybe it's even you putting you on a pedestal, and the next thing you know, well, they kind of vanish and disappear. The next thing you know, they're coming and they want a sex, and they have great sex with you. They're great and loving husband and providing things for you, doing things for you. But it is like so kind of like weird that it doesn't feel like it's smooth sailing, right? It's just like stop and go and stop and go and stop and go all the time. That's how can you piss people off, right? Like take them in a car, drive them 10 yards, stop and park, and they'll look at you. Oh, I forgot. Like, put them back in a car, drive another 10 yards. That's kind of like how this feels for me, right? But this is calling for you guys really thinking through that, thinking what makes sense, right? Thinking of, okay, so I have tried everything, I want everything, maybe I want things too fast, maybe you have to listen to what other people are telling you. I don't know, maybe you're still following this other person that you kind of like left a mark on you, big mark. Maybe you feel you cannot be with this person for religious reasons. There are like obviously obstacles to it. But then staying in this relationship, this person is asking you, are you honest toward me? And this person also deserves entire intention, entire honesty. I don't know which one you are here in this situation, guys. Would like to know. And that's giving you opportunity to click and come forward and be read sooner, because I'm coming up with monthlies soon. So guys, let me know. I really want to know what's going on over here. Sagittarius, it looks like this is a very complicated and complex situation. It's going to revolve over the next month and a half. So you know that I love you, and Safi loves you. Are you going to say I love you to Sagis? No? You don't love them? You do. That's the first meow I heard in an hour, right? Do you love me? See? She doesn't love me. Don't take it personally. It's just a moody thing. Okay guys, all the best. Please let me know, and don't forget to check your ascendant and check your moon sign. This reading, as I said, is general, but if you want to figure out your own, contact me at Cat Tarot. This is on a special for $50, so it is really good going in this respect. Okay, love you and all the best.